So today I'm going to take a look at this article in the Guardian newspaper. It's written by Owen Jones, who's a political commentator. I think the best way I could describe him politely is that he's fairly excitable and highly opinionated. If you've ever actually seen him on an interview on TV or on a podcast, you'll know what I mean. So you can see from the headline, he's saying, "Welcome to Britain in 2025. Where a musician's words cause more outrage than the murder and horror in Gaza." Now, he's actually referring to this rapping duo called Bob Vylan, who at the Glastonbury Music Festival were chanting something like "Death, Death" to the IDF, the IDF being the Israel Defense Forces. Now, what I actually think is going on here is that Owen Jones himself is running cover for Bob Vylan and engaging in a lot of whataboutery, which is actually pretty par for the course from what I've seen about him before. So if we look down the article for the word deflection, you can see here he's claiming that what all this is really about is it's a campaign of deflection from Britain's complicity in the crime of the century. But at the same time, I think Owen Jones himself is kind of trying to do a deflection, because you can have two things true at once. You can have the fact that Bob Vylan said something which is pretty disgusting, and you can also be concerned about any involvement Britain's having in the war in Gaza. But like I say, I think whataboutery tends to be Owen Jones's stock in trade from what I've seen from him. If we go down a bit further, so he's saying here that Bob Vylan has released a statement making clear that he's actually opposed to the death of Jews, Arabs, or any other race of people. Now, this is actually the link that it takes us to. Now, I suppose you could make the claim that if you're saying death to the IDF, is that you're actually just talking about dismantling the military machine. But to me, that sounds pretty ingenuous. I mean, the RDF is made up of Israeli soldiers, so I'm pretty sure if you were kind of reading this, you'd wonder, actually, is he being honest? And actually, it turns out that Bob Vylan isn't actually being honest. So there's this video here. I won't play it, but as usual, I'll put the link in the description so you can go and have a look at it yourself. But basically, he's on the Piers Morgan show on YouTube, and it turns out that Piers Morgan has got a clip of Bob Vylan from a previous music show a few months ago, actually saying "death to every single IDF soldier." Now, what's interesting whenever you see Owen Jones, especially on kind of subjects like this, his body language and kind of the way he talks suggests that he's extremely emotionally involved in this, and isn't really kind of thinking straight. It's more like a kind of knee-jerk emotional response to things rather than a considered look at it. And I think, I think his article here is probably a salutary lesson that actually running cover for people like Bob Vylan is not a good idea, and you may actually get caught out by somebody bringing out receipts of what this guy has said in previous music shows.